You know that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the way it usually is.
No, I don't usually do it that way.
Yeah, the stream is.
Well, hello, hello. Okay, I did it wrong.
Yeah,
I did it wrong. I,
that's okay.
exactly.
It's quite
What
all right.
behind the scene, I was asking you to go first, and I cut in. I'm sorry.
Well,
Forgive me. My beard
you
looks bad too at the same time. I don't know what time and face I'm supposed to be.
oh, you're good. You're
I'm
good.
good.
You're
Okay,
good.
okay. So what are we doing?
We are getting you looking gooder than good
Oh, okay.
because you already look good.
All right.
So,
Thank you very much.
yes, I love coming home every day and seeing you look like that. But
Wow.
that's
Well,
something
let's start the
else
show so
again.
people know who
Okay.
we are.
All right. We ours, Sharon and Craig,
Mm-hmm.
or Zare and Imar,
Yes.
and we are taking the journey together. And I love this journey that we are taking together. We've been doing this for just a little while,
Mm-hmm.
probably all told about 10 years, 10, 11, 12 years for me,
Mm-hmm.
and about, oh, 20 for you, right?
Yeah, about 20 years. Let me take my
Yeah.
glasses up so I can see better.
Yes.
Exactly.
And so our motto is we are going to relate. It doesn't matter what anybody says. This is my shortened version. We are
Mm-hmm.
going to relate, but at taking the journey together, we believe that you should be friends and lovers all in one, not one or the other.
Okay, I'll let that one go.
Yeah.
I said, why can't you be lovers and friends?
But you can be lovers and
Oh, okay.
friends.
So it works like, mathematics, both sides of the equation.
Exactly. They're
Okay.
equal sides of the same equation.
Oh, okay.
Yes, like algebra. X plus Y equals Z.
You were good at that.
I loved algebra. I
I didn't
don't
like
know why.
algebra. I didn't like algebra. I liked what's after algebra?
Geometry?
I like geometry.
Yeah.
I did, and I like just a little bit of trigonometry,
I never
just a little
took
bit.
trigonometry. Geometry was
Trigonometry, yeah.
such a disaster for me. I didn't take it, so I took a year off of math and I
Mm-hmm.
ended up taking algebra too.
Oh, really?
But I did not get geometry until I started designing clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to understand curvature and things of that sort, concave and all of that, in order to make the patterns work right. And so I understood geometry finally when there was no grade involved, but it was a true life
True
experience.
life experience.
Yes,
Wow. Wow. So that sounds like to me the three things we talked about, or two, are out of the box experiences.
exactly.
And are we going to go there?
Yes, we
Are you
are.
sure we're going to go there?
We're going to go all the way
All the
there.
way. Well, I
All
want to
the way.
say before we go there, let's also talk about how today we were on someone's special show, which we really enjoyed this morning because there was a
Yes.
reason. Who was that?
Well, we weren't. You were.
Okay.
I was in absentia, they say. You were on Mona Lisa Monroe's show. I
Yes.
was supposed to be there. but I couldn't be there. And unfortunately, we had a different schedule
Mm-hmm.
at work where I couldn't even be, you know, jogged in from the hallway or whatever, or
Mm-hmm.
step outside of my classroom. I couldn't be there at all because of the strange schedule we had just for today.
But you did call in early on the phone before I actually got on the phone.
Yes,
And so I figured you were checking on me. I
I
told her, I said,
was.
look at, she's checking on me.
I was. I wanted to make sure that
I was on the show.
you were good to go and that
Uh,
nothing had come up, and because you know how you get sidetracked sometimes, you get really engrossed in the things that you're doing,
just true.
and I understand that. And when you get like that,
Mm-hmm.
time is irrelevant. It doesn't function with you. You don't function within the time span. You function within the moment.
Yeah, that does happen. That does happen. Well, you did a good job because you got me back on track.
Well, I'm glad something was telling me that you needed to
Exactly.
be
Well,
called.
she really missed you. She said, and but I think she only said that because she watched you on our show,
Hmm.
our past shows we did, which
Yes.
others out there need to do. Take your time, look on the
Yes.
past show. You know what we're talking about from that particular. But I think that's one of the reasons why. But she said she really wants to hear from you, and get to know you from that end. Hopefully she will, because we're going to try to get them on our next program next Thursday.
Hmm.
If not, we'll see them at our event we're going to have. We're going to be
Yes.
talking about pretty soon.
Yes. And
Mhm.
I'll be honest, I missed being on there too. I love being on with uh with you when when we do these
Oh,
things.
you do?
I
Oh,
do.
really? Okay. Well, I
Do,
love having
do
you
we
on
have a
there too.
comment that we need to talk about,
Could
or
be. Let me go check and see. Oh, yes. Make sure you
yes.
click on Facebook. You want to say the rest?
Yes. Please click the new feature on Facebook that allows you to send us stars
Yes.
on bars.
Yes.
This
Yes.
helps support this platform and allows us to keep bringing you these programs. So, this is very important,
Mm-hmm.
and we must get
Yeah.
stars.
Don't forget, share, share, share. Alike, friends, neighbor, enemies, cats, dogs, anybody you know that's going to be relating. Share that with them.
Yes, I definitely agree.
So, where were we last time, and what were we talking about last time?
Well, last time we were here.
Mm-hmm.
No, last time we were talking about, we had Latita with us,
Mm-hmm.
and we were talking about um, the getting outside of your box and how your environment uh,
Affection.
affects your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But we were looking at it through the lens of spirituality, how it
Mm-hmm.
affects your spirit and how your spirits, how your don't even.
Okay.
I've been talking too much today. I've got
Yeah.
I've got to start planning my Thursdays so that I don't talk a lot during
That
the
would be
day,
probably a good idea.
so that I can. Well, today I thought it had been that way, but
Mm-hmm.
they were supposed to be doing working on essays, and
Essays.
unfortunately, yes, and unfortunately, high school students don't know how to write.
Not these days, they say.
No.
They have a hard time doing that.
And so what I thought would be this is what you do, because they got all that yesterday, and
Mm-hmm.
today you can just sit down and put it together.
Mm-hmm.
No, they kept coming. Tell me about this. Am I doing this right? Can you look at this? And it's like,
No,
yeah.
this, I'm going to say, it sounds like to me, they don't know how to think outside of the box.
Hello. Absolutely.
Yeah, these days it's like that.
Absolutely.
They don't know how to think out of the
They
box.
do
much.
not. They
Yeah.
do
And
not.
when they do, you wonder what box was that you decided to think out
Yeah,
of.
no, what box did you? Yeah, what maybe, or
Mhm.
sometimes it's maybe you should have stayed in your box.
Box,
It
yeah,
would have
that-
been better, you know.
Exactly.
But yes, I talked way
Mhm.
too much today. But anyway,
Mhm.
we talked last week about stepping outside your box and
Mhm.
how your spirit relates to that.
Yes,
From
exactly. In fact,
and
we gave some testimonies when we said that environment, when it connects to your relationship, there's three things that we need to be concerned about: spirituality,
mhm,
relationships,
mhm,
and environment.
mhm.
That's all part of the makeup of a relationship,
Yes.
called SRE, as the
Mhm.
psychologists call it that case. So we looked at spirituality the first time. We got some testimonies with what people feel, what because I think Lalita was here,
Latita.
Latita was there, and we asked what was the definition of what do you feel is your meaning of spirituality, and that's something that's a question that you can ask yourself.
Hmm.
What is your meaning of spirituality? How does spirituality, or some people will say religion, how does it affect your relationship, or does it affect it all?
Yes.
I know sometimes when I've been a very good observationist, and I was in many churches before my time, and I know many of guys and a lot of women, because most of the churches I went to was mostly women anyway in first
Most of
place.
them are.
Exactly. And most of the women, when they talked about their concept or their idea and environment when it come to relationship or spirituality wise, it was like my relationship with God is only between me and God. And my sweetheart, my mate, my husband, whatever, don't need to know nothing about it.
Need to know basis.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly. And I was thought, well, what
Yes.
kind of God is that you got? She didn't want to share it with your mate. Now, I know they would say, well, maybe the mate was ungodly himself, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But why
Well.
would you be so secret? And then what and then what would catch me is when they both are in church and
And
yet they were keeping
still
their
don't
idea.
talk about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
right.
what's the something is not right there. Something is truly not right
They
there.
definitely were not thinking
Yeah.
outside the box. They were staying in their own little box,
Hmm.
in their own private little relationship with what they felt God was. Let's give a testimony that we have up there that someone gave as for an idea of God. We gave 3 of them to kind of give people a little bit of balance or thought process, so we can move on. What's
Yes.
one of them?
One of them was spirituality has so many different definitions these days, but the way I have experienced it in the most tangible way in my own life is through relationship, a feeling of being at one or in harmony with the universe, God, or with each other.
Okay, so that was the testimony someone gave, pretty much of their story when it comes to spirituality and how it's connected to a relationship.
Hmm.
To them, when they're in a relationship, to them, they are practicing spirituality. They are involved with spirituality in a relationship, and that's part of their environment to them
Right.
when it comes to relationship. I know a lot of people are like, "Ma, I ain't in no relationship like that in my relationship. There
Exactly.
ain't no such thing as no spirituality to God or anything like that. I
No.
don't even attach it to that. Are you
No.
kidding me?" But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And that's too bad.
yeah.
Because you really need um
Some kind of higher form.
yeah,
Some kind. Maybe we talked about it.
something
Mm-hmm.
as you said, higher to connect with,
Mm-hmm.
to uh usher in as a part of what you have going and what you're creating
Or it's
together.
a confirmation connected to what you believe is a higher power or
Hmm.
God that is giving you a sanction or gave you the nod that you
Yes.
should be together. Remember, we talked about that when we were doing a bridge statements,
Hmm.
and there were 5 or 6 different bridge statements. One of them was to use when you're in an argument and you feel like you ain't connected
Yes.
together. Was we were made to be together.
Hmm.
This is something that I believe
Yes.
God has put together. Or as Lisa talked this morning to me when
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa kind of asked that kind of question, we believe that we are supposed to be together.
Yes.
We are either soulmates or twin
Hmm.
flames.
Yes.
So we have a deeper connection in life that we think we have. And thriving relationships usually try to relate on that level
Hmm.
and try to move on that level. The surviving relationships, or the surviving day by day, are not really thinking more than that, just themselves.
Right.
Many times that kind of spirituality testimony would not
Hmm.
probably be part of what they think or feel. Could be exceptions
Yes.
to every rule, but most of the time it would not be.
And unfortunately, sometimes people get into boxes,
Mhm,
and this is going to sound crazy when I say it,
mhm,
but they are stuck in their boxes. Somehow their boxes were open just enough for them to
mhm,
meet and say, okay, you know what, it's time for us to get married. And they took these separate boxes into the relationship
mhm,
and closed them.
mm.
So they continue to have these separate box relationships, and nobody is willing to get outside their box.
Wow. 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 You are referring to, well, in this particular case, people stuck in a box,
Yes. Yes.
just stuck in a
And
box.
and their relationship becomes stuck.
Yes. 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 I say they become stuck like, well, I won't say. I won't say the rest.
Please do not.
But I
No.
mean, but the thing about it is that does happen
Uh-huh.
in relationships where people do get stuck in one mode, and don't move from where they're at. They get in at, some people say, at ease in Zion, and they take things for granted in the relationship, and they wonder why they're not moving. They wonder at the same time they're not
Mhm.
connecting, and they wonder why they stay in that same box, eat, sleep, start all over again.
Yes.
Some could be club, could be church,
Mhm.
and
Or
nothing.
both.
Yeah, exactly. So nothing exciting about this relationship. Go on, nothing.
At least
Nothing.
nothing exciting together.
Well, yeah, nothing new here to see.
Yes. Yeah. You
How
know,
about that one? Nothing new here to see.
exactly. Here's my chair. Here's your chair.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the newspaper. There's the TV. And never the two shall meet. And even through dinner and everything else. And unfortunately, well, that's one of those things that I'm real big about is eating together.
Yeah, you are
Um,
that way. You definitely are.
because during the day you have such separate lives. There needs to
Mm-hmm.
be one constant come together spot.
Mm-hmm.
And so dinner should be, for me, that come together spot. It's always been that come together spot.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, my sister and I would go off to school, mama would go off to work, my grandmother would stay home, grandfather would go off to work. But when everybody came back home, everybody ate dinner, and
Mm-hmm.
so it was just and it was a good connected connecting time. you
Family
know
time dinners we
yeah,
used to have
yeah.
like that. Yeah, I don't. I hear that's not much done. People are so busy now on the computers.
Mhm.
I'm busy. Got to make my buck. Got to make my money.
Yeah. I have
Not really communicating. I think that's a gone away of the past. There's probably some families doing it, but
Yeah,
most time it's not.
some
Mm-hmm.
families are still doing it cuz some of the kids talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that kind of breaks my heart when I hear
Mm-hmm.
it is I hear, you know, kids saying, that the families eat together, but then there's always like for each one that says they do, there's 6 or 7 that
That said they
says,
don't.
"What in the
What
world
is
is
that?
wrong with your family?" I mean,
Exactly.
why do you have to do that? They
Mm-hmm.
don't understand it. Which puts the child or children that
Mm-hmm.
are having family time around the dinner
Feel
table
embarrassed.
feeling
Yeah.
embarrassed, feeling
Outsiders.
uneasy. It's like,
You should
what's wrong with my
you should tell them,
family?
hey, I'm living and thinking outside the box. How
Yeah,
about you?
exactly, exactly.
Okay, because really, when you think about now, since it's not the majority, they are living and thinking outside of the
Hmm.
box.
Yeah.
From that end, a lot of relationships who are surviving many times, they're not really having that time and
Hmm.
effort for a lot of reasons, and why they're not necessarily having
Yeah.
that family time. Sometimes they're not even having the time to talk to each other as a couple whatsoever, because they're
Right.
just surviving. And we're here to tell you, let you know that you don't have to just survive. You can move with some of the stuff that we're talking about, some of the elements we're talking about. You can move if you
Hmm.
want to and get to another level where you are not just surviving, but you're balancing and you're thriving in your relationship. And so, some of the things that you could try are some of the things that we're talking about, even right now. You can think outside the box. You have a right to think out of the box. You got a right to live outside of the box too. That's the way that you move from feeling like
Yes.
you're a slave in your mind. No, you're not. You really are not.
Exactly.
You have a right to be free. And that freedom is what we're referring to, having that thriving, healthy relationship. We want to move into that thriving relationship, which is the other element that we're talking about
Hmm.
in relationships. We just talked about the environment. Now, well, we didn't talk much about the environment, so we talked about the 3 elements, but we talked
Yeah.
about spirituality. Now we're going to talk about the relationship itself, and of course, we're going to count on a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
You're going to say something.
I was going to say, we did talk about the environment a little bit because
Mm-hmm.
we talked about how um, I love interacting with the water when we go to the beach,
Oh
when we go
yeah.
to the ocean.
We don't give it away
So,
too much
well,
because we got so much more to talk about
I
that.
know, but we talked about that last
Oh, we did?
last
Oh,
week.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That was funny. I didn't know that. I must not have been in that environment.
I mean, you were in your own box.
So the relationships that are thriving
Mhm.
respond to the spirit of love and carry it forward through the practice of compassion, nurturing, lifting, listening, collaboration, using the
Mhm.
hot principle, of course.
Yes.
By the way, thinking about the hot principle, is our button in here? Because Mrs. Lisa, she understood. I still think she took it. But anyway, she said she had our principle and knew it, and gave me the answer back as an acronym. We don't have it in front of us. Well, why don't you tell everybody out there, what does the hot principle stand
Oh,
for?
where did the hot? Oh, there's one right
Oh,
there.
there is? Where?
Yep, right
Oh,
there.
wow. Didn't even know that. Okay.
Yes.
Once you tell them, let
I
them
yes,
show
I
it.
usually keep one handy.
Mhm.
Yes. Up there we go.
Hold on like this. Go ahead.
Hot. Woo. That's it.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna block you. Oh, I
No,
blocked
no,
me.
no,
Now
no.
I'm gonna block you. I'll keep it in the middle. How's that? Is that
That's
better?
perfect.
Okay, there you
Yes.
go.
Hot
Hmm.
stands for honest, open, and transparent. It's what is necessary to be in your relationship. If you're going to have a thriving, healthy relationship, you must be hot
Exactly. Exactly.
24/7.
And it's something you work on because there's no such thing as perfect. One
Absolutely.
thing's for sure, you can move your energy of the idea hot and don't, necessarily fall for or feel convicted. Does that mean I have to be hot with any and everybody I know? No, not at all. Because of course you're not in a relationship, especially a long-term committed relationship, with any and everybody anyway. So we're only referring to, when it comes to taking the journey together, is that long-term committed relationship, marriage or not, that's what we're talking about, that you would apply this particular
Yeah.
principle, that hot with you. Though you should try to be that way in all relationships that you had, but you want to especially make sure in your relationship with someone that you care about and you love deeply as a friend, you want to use that principle, because every friend, especially if they're truly what
Hmm.
they call unconditional friends, hot's going to be their whole motivation of why they
Exactly.
connect with you from that. And it's
Yeah.
part of love
Yes.
anyway in the first place. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's like one of the situations where you might not want to be hot is I
Mhm.
had a coworker a
Mhm.
couple of weeks ago. We had just gotten back to work, and it was like on a Monday or a Tuesday, and she was like,
Mhm.
"I feel so bad today. I know I'm going to be real sick on Friday,
Hey, look who's back here, Mike.
and I'm not going to be there."
Mr. Kelly. Hello, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Cool. And you were saying what
And
with
she,
you?
and she said, "And I'm not going to be there. I can't. I'm just going to be too sick
Mm-hmm.
on Friday."
Mm-hmm.
And so the next day she was coughing a little bit. And the next day she was like, "I just really don't feel good." So by Thursday she was, "I don't know how I got here today. I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling so bad. I'm I might have to go home early. But if I make it through today, I won't be here tomorrow." So she was not being hot at all.
No,
So,
no, definitely she was not.
but she was honest about one thing,
Well,
and that was that she wasn't
and
going to be there on Friday.
again, that hot principle, just like it should be applied and connected to what you feel and what you think is important as for a relationship. And hopefully, if you're in that relationship, and we're talking about from a balance, of course, thriving side, then it
Hmm.
is important to you. So
Yes.
you're going to apply the principle, the element of hot. And like I said, and I told Miss Lisa one time, we're going to have at some venue, at some church or some hotel, we're going to have a whole day long um,
Seminar.
seminar or teaching lesson thing, and we'll talk a little bit more about hot and its strong principle that's needed
Yes.
for you to actually operate that way. And as I said before, you're not going to operate that way with anybody and everybody, but you certainly want to make sure you apply that in your relationship, that you
Hmm.
really care about, that you really feel is very, very important. That hot principle is important. And here's are some of the benefits that you also need to understand, that because we believe that's another form of spirituality. Okay,
Yes.
it's not really religion, it's a
Yes.
way of life.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
and that natural results happen as for a balanced relationship. You get closer, okay,
Hmm.
in your own relationship.
Exactly.
You build harmony in that
Yes.
relationship. And I'm going to go outside of the relationship because it's important, as you were talking
Hmm.
about. You also, if the other people in your neighborhood and community practice the same
Hmm.
principle, will have closer neighbors.
And
We'll have
that
tighter
even
communities
right,
too.
and that even includes the other couples that you associate with.
Yes,
If the other couples that you associate with are practicing hot, then your interaction with each other flows much better.
it
It's
does.
more natural, it's more true.
There's our brother Ellis from Puller.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Good
Good to
to
see
good to
you.
have you back,
Exactly. Exactly. So,
or
uh,
have you here
yeah,
again.
have you here again? Exactly, exactly. And our last one, which is the most important one, because I'm assuming you've got some things you want to talk about on the other side of our PSAs that have to do with some things that you can do outside of the box. I think you talked
Mhm.
about that.
No,
Whatever
I
happened to
don't
that?
think so. I'm just joking.
Okay, okay. We wanted to lay this. Don't scare me like that. We wanted to lay this foundation because it's very, very important.
Yes.
But then we want to talk about a solution. What are some of the things that you do that you work on outside of the box? There are many things that we can do that's outside the box to affect your relationship, but in a what? A positive way.
Yes.
You ever look? You didn't even know.
Yeah, I
Your
did.
mouth looked like
No,
a
I was.
fish.
I know
Governed
because
for water.
I was.
For
I was
air.
gonna
Water,
say.
fish, yeah.
I was gonna say it with you, but I was not gonna say positive. I was gonna say
Say
balanced.
balance. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I think balance is a positive way.
I know. I was just gonna
To
use
be.
it. It was just a different word that came to
You
my
say
head.
tomato, I say tomato.
Potato.
Okay, that too. Ancient wisdom describes also human beings as having different layers, 5 different layers.
Yes.
Experience, the physical body, the mind, the intuition, and self or spirit, which we call the soul.
Mm-hmm.
It takes compassion and care and kindled within ourselves for us to move in these basic deeper connection and care for one another environment. So when we are referring to outside the box, in all intents and purposes, we really are talking about getting outside of the box of what society, what are maybe our religion, not all, or maybe what other people told us how to act in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about getting outside of the box, using that idea and element called friendship, called hot, that's
Yes.
outside the box, and understanding that it has to be the movement of your physical, your intuition, your body, and your mind and your
Yes.
soul to actually connect with one another. Because that's what you would call for some people outside of the box thinking. But
Yes.
for a relationship that's trying to be balanced, for a relationship that's trying to be healthy, all of those things are going to be important to you to take a look at, important for you to at the same time make sure you work on, because that's who you are as a human being anyway when you want to connect.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I believe that 100%. And I'm sorry, I got kind of mesmerized.
What's
I
that?
do that sometimes. I
What's
get
that?
mesmerized in watching you talk and listening to your voice.
Ah.
And you caught me again.
Oh, I did.
So, yes.
Well, hey, for guys out there, if you are able to spit this kind of, young folks say, spit this kind of knowledge out, you might be, I'm looking right here, you might be able to what's it called? Mesmerize your lady friend,
Yes.
your wife, your girlfriend, or your closest intimate relationship person that you have with your friend. But if you do it, okay, if you do it, remember, you got to back it up.
Exactly.
And you got to try to live it, because you're going to be an example to at the same time for them, and which is all part of what our friends are. But I mean, that's what our friends are for anyway. From that end, so,
and you've been doing that since the very day we met.
It's been a battle up in here, but hey, someone right here, I don't know who they are, but maybe you do. Bernard White.
Well, hello there. How are you? I don't know.
Yes. Well, anyway,
you know what?
Bernard.
There's a good chance that, oh gosh, we run into so many people.
Well, being a school teacher, you run into more than me, but
yeah. But then when we're out and about, we run into so many different people. Yeah.
But we're glad to see you here. If this is the first time you've been here, we're really glad to see that you are here.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to real quickly kind of go into commercial. I know you still know something about it. We usually do commercials all the time, but this time we're going to do some commercial based on hopefully, hold on for a second. Oh, go over here.
Well, we're gonna get there in a minute.
Yeah, since I'm doing it, aren't you? But anyway,
yes.
Don't make fun of me.
No, I'm not, because I really respect what you do.
You hurt my feelings.
I'm
anyway,
sorry.
Let's get, we're going to go to our first one, which I think is, where is it at?
It's right there.
Right here?
Down. Oh, no. Right there.
No, that's not.
Oh, you're going to do the other one.
No,
okay.
I gotta hold on for a second here. As I get to it, hopefully I'll get to it. It should be here. If not here, no, it's not that one. It's not that one. It is.
It's coming, folks.
Yeah,
I promise
exactly.
you, it is
Why
coming.
don't you? Why I'm looking for it.
So, and that's what I'm going to
is.
talk about some wonderful. No,
I got
it's
it.
not.
I got it. Okay.
That's the one.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was the one with the pink in the.
Oh,
anyway.
Hold on for a second.
Yeah.
Then.
So anyway,
right.
so
my bad.
see, this is what you called working together.
Where is it at?
And being spontaneous.
Thank you.
Which is one of the things that I'm going to talk about after we finish our breaks.
You did help me out with it. Okay, so let me go back over here, and now we're going to go through the process of there it is.
There it is.
Here we go. There you go, folks. Pull this up. Hopefully, put it into. There we go.
Yes.
That is our date night. We want you to be part of. I will take that out in a
the
minute.
banner off.
Yep.
Yes.
There you go.
There.
Go ahead.
So we are doing our second date night.
Yes.
We did our first date night a year or so ago.
Mm-hmm.
And this time several things came up that kept us from doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to start it up again. And what this is, it is an evening of couples experiencing each other. And you get the chance to experience and find out about your relationship
Mm-hmm.
and get comfortable with your relationship. And it is an opportunity to step out of the box and do something that you generally don't do with your within your relationship.
Yeah, exactly. We got a special guest coming too. As for a
Yes.
couple, you're going to be excited when they actually show up
It's
and are
us.
there.
Okay.
Well, besides just
I'm
us.
joking.
Besides us, for those who haven't
Yes,
seen us in that
exactly,
environment. But we got a special
exactly.
couple that's coming through at the same time. We
Yes.
want you to make sure that you actually come to it. You enjoy yourself in the environment.
Mhm.
We're going to have some special couple games
And gifts
and gifts and
surprises.
exactly. I think we got a raffle, something that's been
Yes.
raffled off, but you're going to have a very good meal at the same time. The ambiance is going to be nice and comfortable. It's a time for you to get out, dress nice if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's a time for you to get intimate and close. We guarantee that when you leave this place, you're going to say, I really like this relationship. I really love it. We are close. Look at here. We are close friends. Are you going to say, I'm wondering what I did?
No, you're going to say, why haven't we done this before?
Okay.
Yeah, because you're going to have a good time. The last time we did it, the couples left
Where
feeling.
did we do that at last time?
The last time we did it at a restaurant in Richmond Hill called La Casa.
Peruvian restaurant.
Peruvian restaurant,
Mhm.
absolutely. And the food was amazing.
Yes,
the
it was.
ambiance was good. The place was closed down for,
Mhm.
and it was just us.
Mhm.
And we went in and we had just a wonderful, wonderful time. And yeah, it was so much fun. We just couldn't wait to do it again. Unfortunately, we had to wait to do it again.
And why did we have to?
We had to because of other things that were going on. Right after we did it, um, there was that thing of, well, maybe we're not going to, people were starting to, I think we'll go back to staying in a little bit because of COVID. It was after the COVID thing, but it was when it flared up again for some
Mhm.
strange reason. And so people backed off again, but that was more than a year and a half ago. So we should be right back at it. And you can go on our website and get,
What's our website again?
our website is TTJT dash.
No,
Hmm.
website.
I thought that was.
No.
Oh, takingthejourney.com.
It's takingthejourney.com.
Well,
You forgot our website.
the website I have is takingthejourney-together.com.
What is it?
Yeah, takingthejourney-together.com.
Taking the journey together. Good dash.
Taking the journey
Let's find out here.
together.com.
Taking the journey.
Dash
Where?
dash
Taking the journey.
dash
Sorry, folks. Dash together.
.com.
Let's find out. I don't know
Well,
what's that.
It used to be.
Wow, I wonder what I did not right. Anyway, we're gonna have to move on since I can't seem to. Get
Okay, you
this.
have a space between the and
Think that's
journey.
it?
Well,
That's still not it.
you didn't put .com.
Oh, okay. Probably it's best to have someone who knows how to do it better than me. I still don't.
It
see
still isn't there.
No.
Huh.
Where is it that we're missing this?
I don't know. Maybe it was put down on here wrong. Well, there's a slash at the end of it, but I don't know if that makes a difference or not.
It's the last time, and then we're gonna move on. I don't know what's going on.
Well, there it is. Taking
Where?
search instead.
Where?
Well, see, we're trying to make sure that we give you the right information.
It is. It's just not coming up.
So,
I don't know what it is, and I feel bad from that end. But anyway, we'll move on to our next.
um,
We'll
yeah,
go on to our next one. We have the
absolutely.
show. Where is
But
it at?
anyway, you can. It's also on our Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
and so you can get that information
I'm gonna
from
get it
there.
before the day's up. I'm gonna get another one real quickly
Yes,
that we want to share since we're doing a commercial. Let's do ours or the media's.
the media
Okay, here is our new. It looks like fancy. What is it called?
magazine.
Magazine. Exactly. Here it goes.
Yes,
Yes, it looks like this is the new magazine
and it's
that
gorgeous.
is the All Black Media has put together. So
Hmm.
we, and Julius doesn't know anything about it, but we decided to go ahead and show it off. It's called Hello Savannah. Going to run you through some of the stuff that they're getting involved with. You got Patriots Precision Printing. So if you need to get some printing done, you have, of course, the editor Julius
And everybody.
and everybody else that's on. You got to read that for yourself. And we got, it looks like a young lady. It looks like she's running for mayor in Savannah.
Hmm.
Then you have, what is that called, Sharon?
This is the index.
Index. So on the
Yeah,
index, you
table
got
of
about table
contents,
of
however you
contents.
want to
You got about
call it.
football and sports. Jabal and the rest of them love that one. And then we have Lose Your Pound for those
We
who
have
want to lose your pounds.
lots of ads that are beneficial, and it's just wonderful education.
Exactly.
It it
What
covers
is the
it
heart?
covers the gamut of things that are important in our community, and
Exactly.
that would be of interest to us, and it's
Of course.
enlightening. It gives you information that you may not
Got our Philip
even
Randolph
know.
breakfast that comes in the morning. Wow.
Yes.
Someplace there. Of course, a
So
word from Martin Luther King because of Martin Luther King, of course, was
this is
just around the
Black History
corner.
Month, and
Weeping Time
hope everybody is
Property.
enjoying this and learning something new for Black History Month.
Wow. Look at
I
Readiness
believe
for
something
Careers and
new needs to,
Jobs.
yeah.
And of course, our friend right here, where we're talking about real soon. But guess what? Sharon is going, and I are going to be in this hopefully on the next volume that comes out. And we'll be in the, I think it's called the family area, something area, I think it is, where we'll be, talking about relationships, of
Relationships.
course. And here's the rap area too.
Yes.
Those are in the hip hop, I should say, on
This
dress and King again. I mean, so many different
this is such
dynamics.
a beautiful magazine.
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
absolutely love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I definitely love it
Yes.
too. Let's go to our last one. Hopefully I can find it and go back up on screen. Oops, I didn't do that. Should have stayed on the share screen, shouldn't I? And it's a window, and we're going
And
to,
there it
there it
is.
is. All right, here's our last one that we're put in the stream. This is, Sharon, you want to tell a little bit about it?
Yes, on uh February 17th at 7 o'clock, from 7 to 9 p.m. Dr. Jamal Toure is going to be presenting at the Richmond Hill Chamber of Commerce, and we're so excited about that. He's going to be sharing information for Black History Month about the Gullah Geechee culture, as well as the connection of the Gullah Geechee culture
Within Bryan
in the
County
Bryan County
and
area,
Richmond Hill.
specifically Richmond Hill.
Yeah, so please come. We're taking charitable donations that particular night. Charitable donations will go to what we do in this community in Richmond Hill as part of the Unity Community, which is the other organization,
Mhm.
nonprofit organization that you and I do, talking about doing things
Yes,
together that you
yes.
can do when you do the other thing instead of by
More
yourself.
than you can
By
alone.
yourself, big
Exactly.
that community give back movie thing, and then at the same time we do the book bags thing here
Yes.
in Richmond Hill. So the money, some of that money, we're going that direction to help out. But you enjoy the storytelling.
If
that,
you have
Jamal.
not experienced him presenting information before, oh my gosh, you would be in for an amazing treat. He will have you mesmerized. You will be hanging on to each word that he says, and you will walk away from there with so much more understanding and knowledge. And it's not about being so much educated, but it'll be about being so much more knowledgeable about the situation that that you are living in, and why you're living in that situation, and the history of it, and the the knowledge is just amazing.
It is. It is. It is. Hey, I told you I would get it,
Yes.
and I certainly did.
And I was right.
Yes, and I just was wrong. Okay, so let's see if I can find it. Which one is it? Right here. There it is. Let's share it. And there you go. Oops, wrong one. There you go. That is our website right there as you're taking a look at. So that's where you see pictures of our first
taking the our first Wow Dates Night.
What's it called?
Waves of the Water.
Waves of the Water.
It's what it stands
for. Exactly. So you see a picture kind of going up, all the couples who were there at our first particular show. Yeah, we weren't doing shameless advertisement, no doubt about it. And this was done in 2001. Of those who came, there's one of our couples that really enjoyed themselves. I'm going to see if I can turn on and see if you can hear what they said.
Okay, it was really good, really fun. Things got hot.
Yeah, I will do another game, with her ever again.
Okay, thank you.
So, they really enjoyed themselves. It's something that you really enjoy when you get a chance to go to. And it's not too much. I think it's how much is a couple?
It is 65 per couple.
Yeah, I think it's 65 per couple. We usually charge
no,
65
per person. It's 130 per couple.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yes.
There it is. Exactly. So we usually charge more than that, but we're definitely not going to do it. And it will be well worth your money when you come there, especially when it comes to getting information that's more than what money can buy. I guarantee you, it will be something that will get a change positively in your life and your relationship if you're serious about
the experience,
wanting to expand it. Yeah.
The experience is really one that is memorable.
Now you can do a deposit right here if you want to, a $50 deposit, and pay the rest on what's the day she has here?
It has to be done by the 17th.
Okay.
Because we have to finalize everything, numbers and all that.
Or you can just do the full amount right here, which is the one at the bottom. Both ways you can pay by, I forgot. But anyway.
PayPal or Cash App.
Yeah, one of the two. So these are all the other pictures you can see right here of all of the couples, all the women. That's everybody who was there that particular night. There's a couple there. There's another couple enjoying themselves coming in. That's our marketing person right over there. I don't know who she is. No, I know. That's my love.
I don't know who she is either.
There's our two couples there. Sharon has a shirt she got for us called Soulmate. In fact, this couple was so close to being friends. They won one of our questions. I want to get into details so people come that really surprised them how close they really were.
Exactly.
So, if you got a relationship, you think you're close and you want to check to see if you're really close. And I guarantee when you come to ours, you'll get confirmation if you are really as close as you want to be, as close as you think you are. These two were very, very close to one another from that end, meaning they were more friends than what they thought they were.
Yes, exactly.
There's another friend, picture of her and I, of course, doing our thing. And that's the couple that they were just so he was very, very quiet about answering questions. She just wanted all the questions asked and kept on pushing him. But what?
They were right on point with
you would
one
never
another.
Thought about it. You can't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
Because he was so quiet. I thought he should be a little bit more open in the relationship. And it seemed like she was kind of running the show. It didn't make a difference.
They were right on
point. Them two were very good friends.
Yes.
Again, the important thing here that we found out is authenticity.
Yes.
Hot means authenticity. It doesn't mean one is running the show more than one another. Might be both do it. I don't know.
Yeah.
One thing is for sure, they found out how authentic they were as a couple.
Exactly.
And that authenticity brought out the fact that they really were close friends and will be in the future.
Yes.
Remember that? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We had to check on them.
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
We need to probably get back to the.
Well, 1 second. There's our relative.
Okay.
No.
Relatives.
There is our cook. She's like our relatives. Her and her son over in Richmond Hill. We enjoyed it. Had a beautiful dinner, didn't we?
Exactly. We've got to go back there sometime.
Yeah, we definitely do. Okay. You want us to go back? So let me get out of this. I'll stop the screen. Now we're back here again.
Yes.
Yes.
And so we are going, and thank you for going through that. And that's really
it's important.
It's very important, very important. And it brings back great memories. And what it does for me is it makes me excited for the 24th to come again. So that we can do this again if I can talk straight.
Exactly. You're just excited because you want to talk about your portion, your part, about solutions that can help actually have you think outside the box and be comfortable.
It's not my part. That's not my part.
Oh, it's not? Okay.
No, it's our part.
Okay, well then you tell us what one of them is, and then I'll see if I remembered.
Okay. One of them has to do with being spontaneous. In which I Um, I believe that is very important. In our relationship, you are the one that's the most spontaneous.
Mm-hmm.
And I go along with it
Mm-hmm.
because I love the ideas that you come
I
up
always
with.
say you like going along for the ride.
I do. I do.
You're a
but
good
they're
riding
great.
partner.
Thank
You're a
you.
good ride. You're almost close to a ride and die chick.
Thank you so much.
Uh,
But your
Uh-huh.
spontaneous ideas
Mhm.
are really good.
Mm-hmm.
And they're fun and they're exciting and they're challenging. And not only challenging to, you know, what I sometimes think of my limitations,
Mm-hmm.
but also challenging to the things that I can learn from it.
So again, we're talking about thinking outside the box, doing things outside the box in a relationship to keep it spontaneous.
Mhm.
That's what you're speaking.
Yes.
What's a spontaneous thing or event that you can think of we did that would be example? Yeah.
Okay. This is one that is probably crazy as
Mhm.
I don't know what, but this just popped into my mind when you
Mhm.
said that. A couple of years ago,
Mm-hmm.
or was it? Yeah, it was just a little over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
You bought 2 scooters,
Yes.
2 electric scooters.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh yeah.
I was not good at riding scooters, but the idea of
She did not have any experience riding on a bike, folks.
I don't.
Can you believe that?
No, I have experience. I'm just not good at it.
Let me not hide behind the mic. Yes.
Yes, I'm just not good at it.
Okay.
I've had a bike. I've
Mm-hmm.
been on a bike.
Mm-hmm.
I am just not that good at it. I can
Okay.
dance all day. I can't balance on a bike.
Okay.
So anyway, so we got these scooters, and we took them with us when we went out of town, and
Mm-hmm.
that's when I was going to really learn to ride the scooter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so excited, and I looked forward to it, and it was great and wonderful, and I enjoyed riding that scooter. It was so much fun. That is something that I never thought I would do,
Mm-hmm.
because I do know that my balance is like not good.
Mm-hmm.
But I got on that little scooter, and yeah, it
Scooted
was fun.
along
I
and-
scooted along, and
and-
it was a scooter that you could either stand on or sit on. And I decided I'd better learn to sit on it first, and it was good.
Yes, and then you
Got
fell.
too excited about what I was doing and thought, "Oh, I got this."
Yes, you
and
fell.
then I was like, "No, I don't got this. It's going down. I
Yes.
am going down. This is a brand new scooter. I am not going to mess this
That
scooter
was not
up."
what you should have thought about.
No,
doing.
it
You fell
wasn't.
hard too.
I did.
Yeah, well, I didn't was kind of scared to come back on it. But anyway,
No,
That
I
was-
got back on it the same
oh
day.
yeah, you did.
I
You
got
did.
right back on
Yeah,
it that same
you
day.
did. You did.
And the next day I got
Mhm.
on it, and then you were like, "Oh, you're still in pain. We're not going to do it today."
Exactly, and then it broke.
Yeah, which was horrible. I was really
Exactly.
disappointed when it broke.
So what's spontaneous? No doubt about it. Is always something you should present when it comes to thinking out of the box
Mhm.
in your relationship
Yes.
to break out of that same old mode
Mhm.
of operation,
Yes.
and at the same time bring some balance in the relationship,
Right.
especially when you just lean on one side of there is no spontaneousness.
Mhm.
And what a good example you just brought out too, as for a spontaneous example of what we did. What are some other examples outside of the box that bring you outside of the box that are good for thriving relationships for us to be able to do?
Trips.
Trips. Okay.
Trips. When you go on a trip, you're someplace that you've never been before, and you
Mhm.
are exploring,
Mm-hmm.
and you're exploring together, and it opens up conversation. It opens up the possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
It brings you closer. You find yourself in a world of just the two of you.
Wow. Now I'm gonna say something about you guys because I'm just gonna be this way. From that end, be authentic. When I think about her talking about trips, and I'm thinking about how sometimes we don't take a trip sometimes to our in town if you have to get out of the house.
Yes.
Find yourself a hotel. Yes, I do mean a hotel, motel, or a Holiday Inn. If you can't like it, bring your wife or your girlfriend, long-term relationship, as your friend.
Yes, exactly.
So I mean, sometimes you just got to do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
There's a whole different. We're talking about environment.
Mhm.
Sometimes there is a whole different way you feel,
Yes.
a whole different way you think. Your psyche is different when you're in that environment, and no doubt about it. The hundreds and thousands of dollars that they That's it, 100,000 they
Yeah.
spend on hotels and motels to draw people in. It ain't just for you guys to sleep.
Right.
When you got, pools out there, you
Mhm.
got places you can eat, you got bars in there,
Yeah.
sand to get onto. So they know they want you there long for a lot of other reasons than
Yes.
just to come in there and
Yes.
sleep.
And I have to admit, I don't know what it's like
Mhm.
for men, but for women,
Mhm.
you get to a hotel and all of a sudden you don't have a lot of the pressures that you have at home.
She
You
do
don't
act
have
like she's. Hey, if you want to see maybe your wife or your long-term relationship person turn differently in the hotel, woo, get them in a hotel. It's all together different, my friend.
but you can relax. You don't have to worry
Mhm.
about what am I going to cook for dinner. You
Mhm.
don't have to worry about what am I going to wear to work tomorrow. You don't
Mhm.
have to worry about what if I fall asleep and I have to get up and do the dishes. You don't have any of that to worry about because you don't have to cook. You don't
If they're
have
good,
to.
then make the bed and take your old stuff in the bathroom. If you go
Exactly.
out, yeah.
Exactly. You don't
No
have.
domestic work.
Exactly. You don't have those natural pressures. And so you can relax and not have to
Exactly.
even
Both
think about
both
those
of us
things.
both of us can
Yes.
relax, especially if you
Yes.
get some that have that good balcony. We can look out towards the beach, or
Oh,
you
yeah.
can just look out at a nice nature, or
Mhm.
just look out maybe on the city. But it gives you a chance for both of you to relax together
Yeah.
and unwind together. And what a way to think outside the box, but
Mhm.
actually doing something out of the
Yeah.
box.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like we went to, where was that? That was oh man, where was it? It was in North Carolina. It was Myrtle Beach.
Oh, Myrtle Beach,
Myrtle
yeah.
Beach. And we had never been there before.
Mm-hmm.
We left after I got off from work, so it was late when we got there.
Mm-hmm.
But what we had looked forward to was
Mhm.
walking along the beach. So why was it that at 10 o'clock we're out walking the beach and walking around
Mhm.
the city and everything, um, and enjoying it?
Yes, and well, they're kind of up all night. They got a big Ferris wheel in
Yeah.
the middle of it, and we thought on the beach was the only what I call tourist trap. Right down
No.
the road, they have Eppley's. What is it?
Ripley's,
Believe It or
Believe It
Not,
or Not,
and a whole bunch of
a lot of
this
other
this
things.
this
They've
this.
got arcades, this huge arcade.
What was that one place where it had to do with a fish and stuff?
Oh, the aquarium.
Yeah, the aquarium was there.
Yeah.
They have all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff in
that's
there. Couldn't believe it.
exactly.
I'm just saying, if you ever go to Myrtle Beach,
Myrtle Beach.
don't just go to the beach. Up the road from the beach, they have a lot of
Yes.
other fantastic places that you can go and stay and enjoy yourself. We ate at a fantastic
All you can eat
restaurant.
restaurant
Oh, it
that
was
was
good. It was.
unbelievable.
We got to go back there. We haven't
Yes,
been
we
there for a
do.
while.
Yes, we do.
We like to go during the times when it's not busy, so
Yeah.
we try to go there when it's not season going on.
Because
the
at
big
that
season.
time we went for your birthday.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
In September.
Mhm.
Right.
And it was just for a weekend, but that weekend we
Mhm.
did so much that it was like being there a week.
It was very beautiful.
Putt golf.
Yeah, one of our favorite things we like to do. Again, these are all of those things that bring you close,
Mhm.
but at the same time, that's right. When you live outside the box, you really do get close to one another. We talked about before the 12 intimacy of the 12 closeness. Remember, we talked about that.
Mhm.
We talked about the different places. We talked about the different things that you do spontaneous to bring closeness. So all this does is bring you closer
Yes.
in your relationship, building it so it's more healthy, it's more balanced, and also too at the same time when tough times come, hard times come, you put enough in your, as they call a banking account in your reserve. So when the tough time comes, that closeness is going to help you through, help you kind of
Yes.
move over that
Yes.
particular bridge. But it was definitely lovely.
Make a withdrawal.
Yeah, I like how you say that. And sometimes we have to make those withdrawals,
Yeah.
those past memories
Yeah.
that were hopefully good to
Mhm.
help us move on through and say, what do I want to keep on going with this or what?
And the answer, once you step away,
Mm-hmm.
the answer is more than likely, yeah, I do, because we're meant to be together.
And one thing is for sure, if you put enough of those good memories up there in your
Mhm.
mind, being like your mind is a computer, when tough times comes, that help to blind all that out, you at least got enough in that mind of yours that it can push itself out, have it come out, and maybe got to bang your head a little bit, and, and some of it will roll out because you
Yes.
have so many memories that you have made that are good between you and your mate that you love very much
Mhm.
too. So what's another one? And then we got to really quit here. It's about 5:04. 4:54. We got about
Yeah, we
3
got-
minutes left.
Yes. Another one. Let's
Mhm.
see. We've done trips and
Mhm.
we've done
Spontaneous, yeah.
spontaneity. Let me think. What's another one?
And he's-
Help me out. Help me out.
playing games.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Which we don't do enough, but playing
No,
games
we
is one of them.
don't.
I know, but playing games.
Games definitely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like just she likes to play dominoes. I played it once, but brothers and sisters, she can play dominoes. You look at me. I'm sorry, folks. Can't judge me by a cover. I don't play dominoes well. I know a little bit about it. I play chess more. I've helped her play chess, but she loved banging those bones.
You know, the funny thing
What's
about that is
Mm.
I taught my children how to count
Mm-hmm.
by teaching them
Yeah,
how
how
to
to
play
do that.
by playing dominoes.
But I ain't seen you on the corner with my other buddy with throwing those bones, making some money. I ain't seen you.
No, I ain't.
How about cards? You know, we grew up with
Oh,
cards.
I love cards.
What kind of cards you play?
I play spades.
Jim Rummy?
I can play that.
But
Yeah,
okay.
we used to do Deuces Wild.
Mhm.
I grew up in a house
How
that
about Big Wiz?
Bidwiz.
Bidwiz, yeah.
I have played that too. But I grew up in a house where we didn't have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And so to do, things together, and we didn't have transportation, so we couldn't go out places.
Mhm.
So, certain nights we would pull out the cards, and the four of us would play cards.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes my grandmother would just sit back and watch, but we would we would always play cards.
Well, guess what? At our particular event, we're going to have some games for you to play.
Yes, we are.
You're going to have some games for you to play because it's going to be all about being able to have you think and do things outside the box. That's
And
what keeps
enjoy it while
Exactly.
you're doing
makes
it.
your relationship
Yeah.
keeps your relationship fresh,
Yeah.
keeps your relationship open, keeps your relationship spontaneous, and those things that help you grow in your relationship and keep that balance. And of course, it builds much better friendship with one another
Yes.
for those tough times. All right. So what's one more since you brought that up? We got about 1 more minute, then we got to go.
Trying new things like new restaurants. The
Mm.
last time we went someplace, we were in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just kind of driving down. We were in Mayport, actually. And we were driving down the street and saw this restaurant and said, "Oh, you know what? It was Seafood and Wings, I think it was
Mhm.
called." And we said, "Let's just stop there and try that." It turned out to be one of the nicest
It
restaurants. It
was.
was a very good restaurant that we were able to build memories in and have fond recollections of it.
Well, we got to get ready to go. Hey, next week we're going to have Mrs. What's your name again?
Mona Lisa.
Mrs. Mona Lisa. She's going to be back on our show, and what else is going to happen?
And Latita's going to be back.
Yes, Latita is coming back. For those who remember Latita and how much you enjoyed yourself being there, she is going to also be back next week, and we're going to have a very good show. And hopefully, all of you guys will be back too at the same time. Until then,
But don't forget,
yes, what?
in between now and then,
Yes,
you can also register to be one of the couples that is at our date night, and we'll have a special gift for the first person who pays in full.
exactly. All right.
Yes.
Till next time. Be at peace.
Like this. 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 like that.